Physicality is a major part of being masculine. Yes, it is. It is a very large portion of what we know as masculinity or the masculine energy. And for you intellectual types, for you brainiacs out there that try to somewhat discredit men that engage in physical activity and try to make them seem like airhead jocks or some sort of idiots that only know how to pick up weights and jump, all that good stuff. For you guys, I'm going to get to you guys because, in all actuality, being intellectual does involve physicality. Yes, it does. Working your mind and then working it into the material plane, right? Into material existence requires some sort of physicality. So I'm going to get to you brainiac, nerdy mofos as well. But this is Tarik Talks. Let's talk about fitness, talk about physicality. Let's talk about sexuality. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all. Anyways, so guys, yes, physicality is a huge part of being masculine. Am I saying that women don't have the ability to be physical? Of course not. Have you ever seen a woman with a child? Yeah, you're going to see a woman that is very physically active. Shout outs to the young ladies. You guys are active as well. But let's be quite honest. The act of force, the act of moving the needle forward, the act of progression, of hardship, of labor, and a large part of it, and it is masculine, right? The very essence of it is masculine. Okay, that's why when you watch sports, you know, these men perform feats, amazing feats. Okay, athletes are like the top 1% of the population, and male athletes. Okay, no knock on the female ones, but let's just be honest, right? One of my favorite athletes is Mike Tyson, the GOAT. Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan when it comes to basketball. Okay, I'm showing my age a little bit. Okay, I know there's some great ball players at this time. You know, you got Anthony Edwards, you got Jalen Green on the Rockets. Shout out to the H, so on and so forth. You guys get what I'm saying. These guys are on a physical level. They are elite, and people pay to see these guys perform. They perform top dollar. I mean, they pay top dollar. People pay top dollar to see these men perform physical activity. Okay, way back before we were even thought of on this physical existence. Okay, we had the Roman gladiators, some of the most coveted men. You know, the gladiators were like the guys that were seen as these badasses. And really, to be honest with you, I'm gonna give you a quick history of gladiators. Honestly, they're glorified in movies, okay? But all they were prisoners of war. Sometimes they were royalty. Sometimes there were people that were royal that just wanted to do it for the fuck of it. But there were prisoners or slaves, something of that nature, and they were made to fight to the death. But people came out, the point being is people came out from every corner to come see them perform, right? Ancient Egypt. Okay, I love Kemetic history. Well, Kemetic is the actual name for Egypt. Kemet, Black Lands, right? Pharaohs, the people who built the pyramids, the architects. You know, going back to you intellectuals, the architects, the ones that thought of it first, the act of thinking. You know, metaphysically, it is physical. You're forming a thought in your mind, and then it crystallizes into an idea. This is physical. stick with me. I'm kind of gonna get deep with this. All right. Well, not too deep. I'm not gonna make y'all think I'm gonna give y'all some kind of goddamn Tyson DeGrassi or Einstein explanation here with equations and shit. Okay, this is still Tarek Talks, and I'll be talking my stuff. And sometimes I'm a little real with it. Okay, but the point is, these guys were architects. They created monuments, right? They created monolithic statues, buildings, temples, so on and so forth. You know, I'm Arabic. Think about Arab architecture, these grand mosques, the geometry that went into it, right? You got, when you see designs, certain designs or certain architecture, you know the from what culture it is, and these men made this. So it is a huge part of masculinity to be physical, right? And this is a huge reason why I always stress you guys to be physical, whatever it might be, whether it's soccer, whether you like skateboarding, whether you like skiing, whatever your vice is, make sure you are in motion. You know, in hip hop and rap slang, rap vernaculars, urban vernacular, it's something called having motion, right? Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. You probably heard it in a couple of rap songs. You're having motion, meaning you hustling, you're getting shit done. It's in motion. Things are in motion. And that's how stuff gets done. That's how men accomplish. That's how men compete. This is how men thrive, through that motion, whether it be a job promotion, whether it be you succeeding in some type of sport, whether it be your business, that motion. You're keeping it in motion. Guys, a lot of guys talk about 9-to-5s and wage or slavery. But here's my question. If you can't even keep up mentally and physically with a regular 9-to-5 ass job, flipping hamburgers or putting groceries in a bag, no knock on that, what in the hell makes you think that you are going to keep up with running a business and being an entrepreneur, as a lot of guys like to say, right? Because if you think 9-to-5 is slavery and it's hard, wait till you open up your own business where you're the customer service, you're the cashier, you're the designer, you're the shipper, so on and so forth. Okay? So that's physicality in its own. That is a type of physicality. When you are, and especially with these blue collar jobs, right? There's a lot of jobs out there that's blue collar, male dominated, right? I used to install cable. I used to install cable for Xfinity or Comcast. And I used to hop over fences. Swear to God, y'all, I used to hop over fences. I used to climb. I used to go up attics. If you've ever been up in an attic, y'all know how hellishly hot it is. It's up in the hundreds, and I'm not even playing. It's like 109 degrees in that bitch. Honest, and think about this. On a Texas summer day, I had to go up attics sometimes, right? I had to crawl. I had to unhook stuff. I had to screw stuff in. I had to run back and forth to my van. All that stuff is physical activity. And this is how men make their bread and butter. Physical activity is the essence. It's the essence of men. And if we're talking about attraction, which I know you guys love, okay? Women love a man that is, the fruit of your labor is your physique, right? While women may not directly appreciate you being physical, okay, unless you're an athlete, we all know how much play athletes get, right? We all know how much kitty is thrown at athletes. You understand what I'm saying? We all know how that goes, but that's women admiring the fruits of your labor, right? Your physique. They're indirectly admiring your physicality. You know, they're not going to see you pumping that iron in the gym. And to be quite frank with you, and when they do see you pump iron in the gym, busting the sweat, lifting heavy stuff, hey, look, if you're in a gym, you might have a little gym crush, right? And they're going to be looking at you picking them weights up, and they're going to be a little turned on by that. You know, I'll never forget when I was working as a busboy, okay, at a restaurant. I'll never forget this. A chick asked for my number because I would be carrying these big ass these tubs filled with dirty dishes, right? I'll be holding like two at a time stacked on top of each other. And this chick seen me, never forget this. She told another server that to give me her number because she seen the way that I was working and it turned her on a little bit. Kid y'all not. But this is the type of stuff that happens when a man is physical. You know, it keeps also being physical, keeps your mental at ease too. It relieves depression because it's no matter what your purpose is, so to speak, being physical is going to be the base of that purpose. Whether it's writing, whether it's you're a carpenter, whether you write poetry, whatever it is, just you being active as a man is going to make you feel better because that is a part of your natural purpose, so to speak.
Oh, switched up the scenery on y'all. Yeah, man. So the thing with that is, as well, it comes with that mental health. As I mentioned, working out makes you feel better. For one, the first reason is, like I said, it's just part of your masculine identity. It makes you feel fulfilled. Okay, it's what gives you fulfillment. It's what gives you a sense of belonging here in this funny ass thing called life. Second is being active, being in motion releases chemicals in your brain, feel good chemicals naturally. A lot of guys try to use other substances like drugs and alcohol, and that works for the meantime, but when that stuff wears off, it makes you feel horrible, aka withdrawals and hangover, right? But when you work out, you see those gains, you see those compounding effects slowly over time. So you feel good. This is what makes you feel good. The compounding effects, the fact that you are building something, the fact that you're accomplishing something. And the thing with being physical is that you are accomplishing. You are a bit every single day. You're taking small steps to achieve something bigger, right? When you go to the gym day by day, this is what makes us gym rats so addicted to going to the gym because we see ourselves getting better. We see that slow compounding effects. No, it's not instant gratification because instant gratification comes and goes. And when you go up high, you crash down even lower. What do they say? They say the brightest stars burn the fastest. And that's the same thing with instant gratification and trying to get that fast dopamine, is that fast dopamine, it rushes you, it hits you super quick. And then when you go down, you're going to go down super quick. Like you know how people be saying caffeine crash. People that aren't used to caffeine, they drink coffee, they get the jitters, they feel like crackheads. And then like 2 hours later, they crash and they feel tired as hell. Same thing with dopamine. But when you're active, when you're physical, you build yourself up and you're proud of that. You're actually proud of yourself. And when you walk outside, you feel good. Of course, the ladies are going to like what they see, so you look good. And it's not all about vanity and aesthetics, but let's be quite frank, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, look, it doesn't hurt to be looking good, right? It doesn't hurt to get a stare or two. A lot of guys never get attention. They think attention is only reserved for women. Like, oh, only women get attention and stuff. Now we get attention too. It's just that a lot of guys don't have nothing to grab attention. right? But when you looking good, yeah, it's gonna grab attention. You're gonna get a lot of eyes. A lot of young ladies are gonna be looking at you. Okay, so with that being said, man, get out there, do what you need to do, and your body and your mind is gonna thank you for it. Peace.